Hello everybody, welcome back. Right, a bit of a late start, sorry. I'm still not feeling particularly well, and I managed to get a lay in, which is very rare around my house. So let's have a look. So I mean, excuse me. Long story short, it would appear that nothing has changed since yesterday. So my opinion on that very long video I made yesterday, if you haven't watched it, might as well watch that. About how an alt season is possible at this stage, and believe it or not, a full recovery for Bitcoin is also possible, probably likely, I would say. So that is the overview. So you can tune out now if you want. That's not going to be good for my algorithm, so don't forget to like on your way out. But that's basically it. So what we're looking at here is Saturday trending, moving up towards the 112,000. Teasing the 20 and the 21 exponential on the 4 hourly. Nothing special. We had 1, 2 and a third drive, for some reason didn't register, hidden bullish divergence. So that's usually enough to see some sort of decent move in return. Obviously the regular bullish divergence on the money flow index on the daily, hitting around the 200 exponential, often gets a V-shaped recovery, is a series of higher lows as well, looking for a higher high, anywhere beyond 117,000 basically. Not immediately. Not immediately. Over here on the weekly, we've got 1, 2, and probably a third one brewing. See where we close tomorrow. Hidden bullish divergence. Actually, you probably won't get it unless you make a new low. But if you do make a new low and you get that, then excellent. You get hidden bullish divergence. That'd be nice. At the moment, you've got 2 drives of that, and sometimes that is enough. And again, responding to the bottom of the range here. So we're still range bound. Nothing too significant or serious about the way it looks, I would say. In fact, you know, when we're talking about golden crosses getting retested, we're talking about ranges being retested, you know, we're talking about hidden bullish divergence, shifting of momentum, even though it's just small. You have to call it for what it is, you know. Could be the low, could be the bottom. So I have no real change in my opinion as to what it was that I said yesterday, and what we were getting close to talking about really on the stream on Thursday night. I will be doing another stream tomorrow night. If you want to join the stream, come and have a look. It's Patreon, links in the description below. Other than that, let's have a quick look at Ethereum, see what that's doing. So Ethereum's slightly weaker, obviously, coming down to make a fresh low here, counter body low, so that is weaker. But we'll just run through quickly the situation with Ethereum's daily. So way above the 200 exponential, way above the horizontal, way above the simple. Single drive of hidden bullish divergence marking off this last particular low as well, so potential shifting of momentum. Candle body still above the 20 and the 21, so that gives you the option to think about a long-term position, I say long-term weekly position based on a Bollinger Band, giving you the more of a chance of a bounce and a recovery from there than breakdown. If we move over to the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart, doing the same sort of thing on the daily, getting very close to that 20 moving average on the weekly. Same thing really on the daily, you know, still way above the 200 exponential, but again, it's there. So you've got reversal time on daily, reversal time on weekly, and the 4 hourly, unfortunately, wrecked city with the death cross retests and consistent lower highs, lower lows. But overall, the weekly and the daily consistent with the tether pair, which actually complements the idea that we could actually move up. Not just for Bitcoin, for Ethereum, but we'll drag all the alts up. So recently we saw the total 2 get rejected on a death cross. That's no big deal. That's standard stuff. And we also saw it get supported on a golden cross. So we've got a daily versus the 4 hourly, 4 hourly versus the daily. Which one will win? We don't know. We just have to wait and see. But I always prefer dailies and weeklies, higher term time frame stuff than the shorter term time frame stuff, because they usually result in the larger move. And if we are going to reverse V-shape out of this, it would mean a new all-time high for the total 2. So that's all the altcoins as well. So this is a little messier than Ethereum, although it's very similar, and why wouldn't it be? The chart consists mostly of Ethereum, I would say, and most of Ethereum's moves, although it's not entirely true. Series of high highs, higher lows on this chart, and it's still a bullish chart. So we do have some whopping drives of bearish divergence here. This could take us down lower. Obviously, it could. You know, nobody really knows. Like I say, I don't know. You don't know. Nobody really knows. But from what I can tell, I'm still one for full recovery on this. Actually, Bitcoin and Ethereum, and obviously a handful of others, and then general crypto as a rule of thumb. They all generally move up, even if they're rubbish, crap coins with horrible looking charts, because all crypto moves through association, doesn't it? Really, with as one big market. And if you're looking at the market of altcoins, you look at the total 2, and you look at the series of high highs, high lows, and potential for a reversal on the daily, and maybe even on the weekly as well. So similar to Bitcoin, similar to Ethereum. But, I don't know. We will have to wait and see. Again, that's my thoughts on it. And finally, we'll just recap on the dominance chart. If you're going to get rejected, it'll be from either here or here in the short term. This is the weekly. Again, this is bullish on the weekly if you come down to these supports. Bearish if you come up to these resistances. We're closer to the resistance than you are the support, so you'll be looking for a rejection. This is bearish on the daily with the death cross. Rejected here. Obviously, there was a wick, but closed here, here, and then rejected once again here. You'll be looking for a rejection here, here, maybe here. Again, bearish on the daily as well. So the daily is bearish, the 4-hourly is bullish. You've got resistances, you've got supports. Which one will break? I don't know. Keep your eyes peeled. Wait for the move. And if you're holding altcoins, I can understand why. If you're holding Bitcoin, I could understand why. If you're selling, I could also generally understand why. There's nothing wrong with selling if you're in profit and taking that profit. So there is no wrong way to deal with this market at the moment. There's an argument for all of it. And that's what makes it particularly difficult for anybody and everybody to I suppose, get it right. So, long story short, I still expect the market as a whole, as a group, to move up. Bitcoin and Ethereum leading that. New all-time highs for some things. For most things, just dead cat bounces, no big deal. But looks good to me. I'm one of the bullish side of things here. My main reason is that we're closer to support than we are a resistance, and as a result, the risk versus the reward is appropriate to either buy long with stop losses. Obviously, I'm not long in these crypto markets. I'm long in stock markets. I'm not bothering with the crypto. It's too wicky for me. It's just very difficult. Even crypto stocks very difficult. But I would understand why people want to do it. Just make sure you manage your risk and get those stop losses in. And don't be disappointed if you get stopped out. So the market seems to want to liquidate and stop out all in every direction. But again, like I say, long story short, looks okay for recovery, to be honest. Right, I'll leave it there. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a nice day. Take it easy.